Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen Healthy Fine Dining Series. I'm your host, Nicole Gaffney, and we're here today with St. Luke's University Health Network, joining together doctors and chefs to create healthy new menu items to be featured at their restaurants. Joining me today in the kitchen is Chef Jordan VanWert of the Apollo Grill, as well as Dr. Israel Zighelboim. Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Thanks for being here. It's great to have you both.
Thank you.
What are we making today? You have beautiful ingredients on the table.
Okay, so first we have a watermelon Greek salad that we have on the menu at the Apollo Grill. And there's watermelon feta cheese, arugula, Myers lemon oil from Seasons in Bethlehem, which is great. Some pickled red onions I'm going to show you how to make, and it gets finished with a parsley oil that I'll also show you how to do. After that, we have a barramundi. Nice. Barramundi is out of the Red Sea. It's a very, very versatile, healthy fish. Very high in omega-3s. It's great fish. We sell it a lot as our catch at the Apollo, and it's a very popular fish. So we're going to serve that with a quinoa salad with some other vegetables, and I'll show you how to make that in the dressing with that as well.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
Yep.
Let's get started.
Absolutely. Okay. First thing we're going to do is we'll start with the pickled red onions. You can pickle up just about anything. You can use different vinegars. You can use sherry vinegars, white vinegars. Today we're using a red wine vinegar. You can use sugar. You don't have to use sugar. You can use brown sugar. You can put other herbs, bay leaves, and you can give different flavors and whatnot. You can pickle just about anything.
And I love just about anything pickled.
Absolutely. You can do peppers, onions, vegetables. I mean, the list goes on. So today we're going to do red onions. Let's get this on here.
Great.
So bring this to a boil. There's salt. Get some salt in there, some pepper, water, vinegar, and sugar.
So really simple.
Very simple, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll bring that to a boil, and then once that comes to a boil, we'll just pour this right into a mason jar, and then we'll just put this in the refrigerator, and then that's out overnight basically.
That's
it's
all
ready
it needs
to
to
go.
pickle.
That's all it needs to do,
Wow.
which is nice. There's other ways to do canning. Some people are familiar with. You can heat the jars as well, and then they'll seal. The lid will pop down, and then you can keep them on your dry shelf, which is nice as well. So while we get that boiling, Doctor, if you want to make the parsley oil, I can show you how to do
Anything you show me how to make will be more than I know how to make now.
Okay.
So
I'm
not
all
too much
game.
cooking experience,
None.
no?
None.
Well, great. We'll hop in here.
Absolutely. So what we're doing is making the parsley oil. What we can do here is just add all these ingredients. We can put the parsley in.
It's a lot of parsley.
Yep, it's a lot of parsley, but because once it gets blended, it shrinks down to not too much. So we'll add all the parsley in here.
Sounds like my South American chimichurri a little bit. Right?
Yep, yeah, it's the same idea with that kind of thing. So if you want to add that, we can put the salt. There's lemon juice there, some sugar, and the olive oil.
Well, Doc, I love that you brought up the chimichurri sauce and made that connection because
Of
you're
course,
actually
I had to.
from Venezuela.
Yes, I am. So actually my culinary background is a little bit interesting because I'm from Venezuela, so I was born and raised there, finished my medical school there. But I'm from a Jewish family, and I'm actually the first Venezuelan generation from my family. So my grandmother, who was a cook of the house, did all the, Jewish European recipes. But I also had all the influence of eating. I'm not going to say cooking.
Right. And where did your grandmother come from?
She came from Romania,
Okay.
and her family before that was from Ukraine.
Wow. So yeah, you really have a very deep history.
We go with this too, Jordan?
With
Yep.
all
Salt
of
and
the sugar?
the sugar.
Great.
We'll return with more from the Chef's Kitchen with St. Luke's University Health Network. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen with St. Luke's University Health Network.
So then what you can do here is once you get that, if you turn up at a higher speed, that'll blend it down better and have a thinner consistency. And that's that. That's that. So that's how we do the parsley oil.
Beautiful.
Okay, so here then we have the red onions, and all we have to do here is just pour this right over top of it.
Awesome. It's going to have great color to it too, between the red wine vinegar and the red onions.
Yeah, the salad's a very beautiful salad. It
I
works
bet.
out well.
What was the extra ingredient you added? There was something transparent. Was it water or just
In
white,
here?
white vinegar? Yeah.
Yes, just water.
water.
You don't have to use water. You can use, depends how strong a vinegar flavor you want when you
that down
pickle
a
it. You
little.
can tone it down by just adding some water. So this is all you would do with that, and then just put it in your refrigerator, and then you can use this for a couple of weeks. This will last. It won't go bad because of the vinegar preserves it. And then this is what your final product comes out to be. You can
Nice.
tell it does change the color of it a little bit. obviously it's cooked down now. So we're basically ready to put this together. If you want to cut this cucumber up, I can show you that. This here you can just de-seed. Grab a spoon.
You've already peeled it.
Yep, yeah, we just peeled it already. You don't have to peel it. You don't have to de-seed it either. So this here we just cut just like that on a bias. Just gives it a nice different look to what we're doing.
So, Doc, you are a gynecologic oncologist.
Yes, I am an OBGYN by training, and I subspecialized in GYN oncology, but I have the honor of leading the women's services at St. Luke's. I'm the chair of the obstetrics and gynecology department. And as I'm sure you've heard, we really feel like we have a very special place in the Lehigh Valley.
We do.
Not only we've been doing that for 150 years, but our motto of you expect, we deliver really transmits what we try to do. And that's not only true for pregnancy, but to the care of women in the continuum of life.
That has great double meaning.
So.
That's fantastic.
So yes, we really try to make the experience to our patients different and unique. And we have a phenomenal team of people. St. Luke's has a lot of history in the Lehigh Valley, more than 150 years of delivering babies. So if you talk to people in the Lehigh Valley, there's always going to be, and I challenge my patients always with some of these questions, 1 degree of separation with somebody that was born at St. Luke's. And you can really demonstrate that pretty consistently across. And we feel that that's a testament of the great work St. Luke does in terms of not only offering very good clinical outcomes, and we are second to none in terms of our quality outcomes. We have been awarded pretty much every single national quality award that there is, including the top 100 hospital for 3 years in a row now. So that's a testament of the good medicine that we practice.
Absolutely.
But the part that is outside of that is really the personal touch, and I think that that's what we do tremendously well. We try to really treat patients like they are our own family members. And it shows. It's been an incredibly successful endeavor.
For sure. It's been 150 years and you're still going strong. All right, Chef, so I saw you just seasoned up this Barramundi.
Yep, I just got that ready. I have the pan on a medium heat.
Perfect.
We don't want to burn it, do too hot of a heat.
Okay.
We're going to sear that off, drop that in the oven. It takes about maybe another 7-10 minutes, and then that'll be ready to go.
Okay, great.
Let's
quick cooking.
Let's quick put this together.
All right.
First thing we do is we work with the arugula first. You just take a little bit of that Myers lemon oil, you drizzle some of that over it. And then this is just like making a broken down vinaigrette basically. You get some fresh lemon juice in there.
Pretty simple.
Yeah, it's simple, it's good.
Even I can do that, yes.
Yeah, just a touch, not much, just to bring the flavor out a little bit. Yep.
Great.
Salt and pepper, so that's that. This here we then mix together. This is your base of the salad.
You can smell that Meyer lemon oil too. It's
Yeah,
really
it's very,
fragrant.
very fragrant.
Yeah.
It's very good stuff.
Nice.
It's like a finishing oil.
Right.
It works very well. So we'll just use that as your base right there.
Okay.
So after you do that, you can add your watermelon.
Great time of year for fresh watermelon too. It's one
Yeah,
of my
this
favorite
is
things to eat
this is
Perfect
one of my
timing.
favorite new salads we just put on the menu. I think it's worked out really well.
Cool.
So you get some Kalamata olives in there, the watermelon, cherry tomatoes as well.
You eat with your eyes first. Tons of nice bright colors.
And get some pickled onions in there as well.
That adds a little more acidity.
Yep. And then same thing, this will just hit with a little bit more oil, some fresh lemon juice.
Very healthy salad.
Yeah, it's very
As a
good.
salad
Delicious.
should be.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's really good. We'll hit just a little bit of cracked black pepper.
I love the play of salty and sweet too. You have those salty olives and looks like you're going to put some feta cheese in there.
Yep. So then that's your base. You can mix all that together. And that can go right on top. And then take some fresh oregano
Oh, nice.
and rip it
That's
just
a
to get the
great touch.
oils out. You can either rough chop it or just tear it. Put
Pulls
that
through
on
all those
top.
Mediterranean
Yeah, that
flavors.
goes oregano and watermelon together. Tastes
Yeah.
amazing.
Nice.
We'll do the
forget
feta.
that
You
cheese,
can
that's the
crumble
best part.
feta, but for this one, we think it's nice to do a nice slice.
There you go.
Cut it in 2 pieces.
Like a big shard.
Yeah, it works. It looks really nice. Put that on there.
Great. So 15 minutes to go, Chef.
Okay. Take a little black pepper, just a touch on that cheese.
It looks really
And then
nice
you
on
can
the
take
cheese.
your
All right, this is
you
the
can take your
important touch.
parsley oil and just
Can I
drizzle
get
it over the
artistic
top.
here?
This is the big moment.
There you go, and that's it. That's
Perfect.
it.
Great.
Done.
Looks
Yep.
beautiful.
I think you missed your calling as a chef.
I don't think so.
We'll be back with more from St. Luke's University Health Network. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen with St. Luke's University Health Network.
All right, here we can get the Barramundi in.
And this is a piece of fish that you don't hear about too often. That you said it's high in omega-3 fatty acids, but it doesn't have all of the fat that salmon does.
Correct. You don't hear too much about it. It has become a lot more popular,
Yeah.
which is great. I get this through Samuels and Sons Seafood out of Philadelphia. They have a great supplier out of the Red Sea that farms it. It's fantastic. They can track this fish from the egg all the way to harvesting. They can track everything. It's
That's
great.
amazing.
It's all natural. There's no. It's like I said, it's very versatile. It's not bad for the environment. Everything's great.
That's
so
great.
it's good.
And we have Diane Holt joining us here. She's the owner of the Apollo Grill. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here.
Great. We're honored to have you. So tell us a little more about the Apollo Grill and what you guys have going on currently.
Well, we've been in downtown Bethlehem for almost 19 years now, and we're right on Broad Street, and we have a really fun restaurant. We think.
Yeah.
We started many years ago, and when we planned our menu, what we did was we made the guts of the menu was appetizers. So we had 30 appetizers, and we try to make it fun to eat.
Yeah,
for
and
people
that was
to eat.
ahead of your time, really.
It was, and we did half portions also, and no one
Yeah.
had that. And now there's
Yep.
a lot of restaurants with small plates, but that's okay.
Right. Very
That's
trendy
fine.
now, but you
Yeah.
probably started the
Yeah,
trend.
a long
I
time
can
ago.
attest to that because at St. Luke's, when we have guest physicians or speakers, you're one of our frequent destinations to take them, and everybody enjoys and
Well,
speaks
there you
about
go.
it.
Thank you. Thank you very
You
much.
guys are
That's
doing
very
great
nice.
work.
That's very nice. We enjoy it, and we wanted to bring some of the items that are very popular at the restaurant and kind of combine them a little bit to bring to the kitchen.
Yeah, all nice and
So,
healthy today
yeah.
too, which is of course what we're all about.
That's
healthy fine
right.
dining
That's
today.
right.
Great.
Yeah, and the Barramundi, as Jordan said, it's so versatile,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a nice fish. It's similar to halibut
Yeah.
or grouper, that kind of thing, and
Nice and
very
meaty.
very healthy, high in protein, very low in fat. So really good for you.
And these recipes that you're making here today are actually going to be on the menu at the Apollo Grill, so if someone wants to come
Yes.
and try them out.
Yes, the
They know
quinoa
where to
salad
come.
is on all the time, and so is the watermelon feta salad.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Well,
that's
I'm
great.
looking forward to tasting at the end of the show, and you're going to come back and join us?
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
there. All right, so the fish is cooking away.
Yep. So the fish is going away. You're getting a nice sear on that. Maybe in a minute or two we can switch that around. I just started here. In here I have white balsamic vinegar instead of a dark. White's really nice.
Is that more just for the color?
Yeah, that does have a lot of the color, and it does have
Okay.
a different flavor as well. It's not as rich. It's more of a lighter, refreshing. There's also some fresh lime juice in here.
Nice.
And then we're going to take all that there. We have the oil here and cilantro. This is a cilantro lime vinaigrette.
Do you like cilantro?
I love cilantro. You
Yeah.
have to, it's a very South American and Latin American
Exactly.
ingredient. So
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
very good.
Now, do you advise your patients, your pregnant patients, about different things that they should or shouldn't be eating
Yeah,
during
so
pregnancy?
that's a great question. And again, I personally don't do prenatal care at this time, but our physicians at St. Luke's are very in tune with dietary recommendations for our pregnant patients. Just like everywhere else in America, our pregnant patients are also suffering from the obesity epidemic, and that
Sure.
has really dire consequences, not only on their risks in the future, but risks that can really affect the babies, make the delivery more complicated, and cause some other complications. So, by all means, we have nutritional services available to all of our patients, but a key
Wonderful.
component of their prenatal care is the nutritional recommendation piece. We have a new program at St. Luke's actually called Baby and Me, and I'm sure you guys might have heard a little bit about it, where we try to really become different in the way we approach things. So the way in which we try to approach our recommendations to patients, be it dietary, be related to breastfeeding, to keeping babies in the rooms with them around the time of delivery, all of which are very, very important parts and for which we have very good scientific evidence of it being important. We try to digest that information and offer it to the patient as one thing that they can do, understanding that every patient is different, every patient is independent, and every patient will have the option to choose what is important for them or not. In dietary recommendations, like patient consultation, looking into behavioral health and mental health, depression, etc., all of those are key components of the Baby and Me program. So.
That's great. That's great. Well, look at that amazing
That
color
looks
you got on
delicious.
there. So seafood, I know, can be controversial with pregnant women. I
Right.
mean, would barramundi be acceptable as a low mercury fish? I believe
Yes.
it is.
Yeah.
I think the key thing, and for a lot of the things we do in pregnancy, we really don't have the threshold as to what one thing becomes dangerous or not. So we know the problem with fish, more than fish itself, is mercury, which is very
Right.
abundant in sea fish. But there's all potential other compounding factors that we don't know about.
True.
So like everything else, in moderation is advisable. But again,
Great.
you know, every patient is different, and their obstetrician is the best person to tell them what they should be eating and how.
Moderation is a great message. I always preach that. So
Good. Okay, so here we have all the ingredients for the vinaigrette except the oil. That's the last thing you want to
Okay.
add to that. You're going to want to do this at a high speed.
And the reason you add the oil last is you don't want it to bubble or...
This is part of the emulsification process. Vinaigrettes are all emulsified. Some are a mayonnaise is an emulsification. It's just whipped egg yolks drizzled with oil. They hold up in different. Some can hold up longer than others, like mayo doesn't separate.
Right.
You could make this at home with a whisk. You don't have to use a blender. The reason we do is it just has a nice, again, a nice body. It keeps everything together
whips
and doesn't
up.
separate. So this you just drizzle really slowly.
We'll return with more from the Chef's Kitchen with St. Luke's University Health Network. We now return to the Chef's Kitchen with St. Luke's University Health Network.
Okay, so once that's all added there, add a little salt and pepper, and then your dressing is all done. I'm gonna take this fish now, and I'm just gonna drop this right in the oven. Should take 5 minutes about, probably. The last thing I wanna show you is that, I didn't get to mention that, a tomato compound butter.
wow.
All that is very simple. It's just, you take softened butter.
This is all butter?
Yes, this is
Oh,
2 pounds of
man.
butter, but I whipped it, and
Wow.
it's very fluffy, like icing.
Oh,
okay,
it
so
looks
this is
like
all
buttercream.
air. Correct. So this is all air that comes into this here. And what's nice about this is it melts well. You can use it to spread on things easier.
Nice.
So all we have to do with this here is just add some garlic, some basil, parsley.
So this is like the fine dining part of the healthy fine dining.
Yeah, this is great.
Is that lemon juice?
Yep, a little bit of lemon juice, just a little bit of salt, and some pepper. And the last thing is tomato paste.
Tomato paste. Oh,
Correct. And you can make a lot of different types of butters. You want to mix that together, and then I'll show you how to go from there. You want to
Doc, would you like
I
to
can
do
do that.
yours?
either of you.
The mixing part I can do.
This is cooked quinoa, and this is raw quinoa. You can see the difference here.
Sure.
What you do is you would soak this for maybe 10-15 minutes, rinse it. That helps get the stuff off of it, and then you steam it off. If you want a little
Okay.
crunchier, use a little less water. If you want it more well done, you use some more water.
Almost like cooking rice.
It's a substitute for rice, other starches. It's very healthy, high in protein, fiber.
Nice.
It's gluten-free. It's a great new option for. It's very popular anymore
Yeah,
these days,
everybody
and it's
loves
good
quinoa.
for gluten-free. This is a great option to use for it. Okay, so this is your tomato butter.
That looks amazing.
Yep.
I would put that on a cupcake.
Yeah,
It looks so good.
you could trick somebody, I'm sure. So all you have to do, this is what we do, and this is a great way to use at home, is just take some of this, if you have, grab some parchment paper, and you put some down on the paper here.
Oops.
And what you do is you roll this up, and you can put this in your freezer, and kind of make a little roll with it,
Oh, cool.
and then just basically roll it up. Wrap this in saran wrap nicely and tight. That'll keep it fresh. And then this is kind of what the product is like afterwards. It becomes just like a hard log.
Oh, wow.
All right, our fish is almost done there.
So what are we using the butter for today?
The butter is just basically, it's going to get topped right on the top of the fish, and it just melts over
melt.
everything, and
Delicious.
that's always a good thing. So here we're going to add some, with the cooked quinoa, this is cold quinoa. We're going to add some red onion, some cucumbers, some chickpeas.
Nice. It's a lot of protein in this dish.
Yep, that's what's fantastic
Yeah.
about this. Very healthy, some edamame, cherry tomatoes. And we'll just toss the quinoa with that.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the barramundi out. It's all ready to go.
Beautiful.
Smells
Look at
great.
that.
So that's your barramundi
Looks
with a
great.
quinoa salad
Beautiful.
and cilantro lime sauce.
Well, I can't wait to taste. Well, welcome back, Diane.
Thank
I'm
you.
very excited to taste, and I hope you all will join me.
We all are.
This is the best
You
part.
too, Chef.
Thank you.
Exactly. It's always the best part. Would anyone like a knife?
No.
No,
I'm
well,
just going to
that's
dig
all
into
right.
this.
of
this
course,
salad.
we'll go for the feta, right?
Yeah. It's so refreshing. The watermelon, really good. The salty feta, and you were right about that little bit of oregano. That's a nice touch. Now happy to go for the fish. Look at that butter on top.
We'll have to use a knife.
You're right, the fish is really nice and meaty.
Very nice.
Quinoa is perfectly flavored. It really is good. And that butter over top is just enough. Just a little bit, but it's perfect. Doc, what do you think?
This is delicious. I was just looking at Jordan, see how proud he looks of his babies. Like, this is unbelievable good work. So.
Well, thank you all so much for being here, and especially you, Doc. Thank you so much for telling us
No,
about
thank
the
you for
baby
having
and the
us.
program. It's really been a pleasure.
It was great. It was a great experience. It was nice to work with these people here and show them some good things about the food that we have at the Apollo, and it was great.
It was a great experience to see what happens behind the cameras before you get the beautiful plates you get at a high-end restaurant. So now I feel like a undecorated chef compared to what I knew before. So it was a great experience.